Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby STEM, and today I'll be teaching you how to make these beautiful hats. They're very easy and fast to make. I call it the lining hat because it's really fast to do. I hope you guys like it and give it a try, and here is the list of material you're gonna need to make them. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click on the little bell, that way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I make my videos in Spanish and English. If you receive a Spanish video and you want to see it in English, go to the main page of my YouTube channel. There you'll find the English version in there. Also in the my YouTube page, you'll see a playlist. I have my English playlist that I always place all my English video in there. To do this lining hat, because it's really fast, really easy, in no time you'll have this hat done, because it's done with thick yarn and big needles, very fast. I'm gonna use the Loops and Thread Charisma, 100% acrylic, 100 meters, 100 grams. The color of this one is Chocolate Cupcake and it's bulky 5. The circular needle you're gonna use is 7mm and 8mm and double pointed 8mm to do the decrease and finish your hat. You're gonna need a marker, tapestry needle, and scissors. I already made a few. Honestly, this is last minute kind of thing. If you are short a couple of hats, you can do this in a couple hours, a hat. The color of this one is Nordic, and you see the stripe is done by the yarn. It's gorgeous. Look at this beauty. This one is Black Raspberry. And this one I did with 2 balls of yarn. I did these 3. And this one is Ashes, and you see the stripes are in different places because it's whatever you grab your yarn, it will work itself to do their own stripe as you work. So they're last minute kind of stuck in stuffer kind of thing. Honestly, in a couple hours you have one of this hat done. So let's start making this one. You'll see how easy it is. We're gonna leave a tail long enough to cast down 49 stitches, 48 for the hat, and the 49 is to close the circumference. This is an adult size hat. If you want this hat a little bit smaller, I recommend to change the needle size to a 6mm and a 7mm. But I don't have a 7mm double pointed needle, so you'll have to use probably a 6.5. That's the closest as 7. So you're gonna start by leaving a tail for those 49 by wrapping 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 and 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. And a little extra. That way you have enough tail to even the border and to secure and lose that tail. So you're gonna do a slip knot and start casting on your stitches. So you do the cast on whichever way you know how to do it. It could be like this with the long tail cast on or the short tail cast on. Not everybody knit the same. So you have the continental netting, the English netting. So I do the English style, throwing my yarn, wrapping around. Other ones, they do it wrapping the needle around the yarn. So I've been criticized for my, especially in Spanish, for my English style netting. But that's the way I learn, that's the way I teach. So you're going to continue casting on your stitches until you have your 49. You'll see how easy and fast it is to make this hat. We're gonna start with the 1x1 rib, and we're gonna do a tubular cast on. So a very elastic cast on, that way it's nice and stretchy. You're gonna knit the first one, and you're gonna pass yarn to the front, and you're gonna pass the purl without working. Yarn to the back, you knit the next one, yarn to the front, and you're going to pass that purl without working. And that's what we're going to do in this round number 1. So we're going to count all the rounds until it's time to do the decrease. And I will show you already how easy that will be. First, I wanted to mention that you will have enough left over in one of these. If you like to do a pom-pom for your hat, you can do it with the leftover yarn. Okay. So this is the instruction for the hat. So look how short that is. So you're gonna you cast on 48 plus 1, and then you're gonna do the 1x1 rib for 7 rounds, and after that you will change to the bigger size 8 millimeters, and you will net from that round that you change. That will be round 1 until round 19, and round 20 you will start with the decrease in all the rounds until you have 2 stitches on each space of the double pointed needle. So very easy, very fast. So again, a purl without working, yarn to the back and net, yarn to the front, purl without working, and you start with the net and you'll finish. Once you finish the round, you'll have your markers already in place. Okay, so now we're going to close the circumference of our hat, and you're going to make sure that all the part that you have worked is into the inside and is not twisted. Okay, so now you're going to pass this first stitch to this needle, and the one that is in front of the marker, you're going to pull it out. It's easier with your hands, that way, or your fingers, that way it grow as big as you want. You're going to pass it over the needle, and you're going to pull really tight to secure and to close the gap in between those 2 stitches, and that counts as the first net without working. And then you're going to pass yarn to the front, and you're going to purl that stitch, yarn to the back as to net, and you're going to pass that net without working on the front strand like that, like a purl. You're going to pass it without working, yarn to the front a purl, yarn to the back, and net without working, yarn to the front a purl, and yarn to the back, and net without working. Like that, you're going to continue all the way until the end of round 2, and you're going to finish with a purl. Okay. So I finished the second round, so we've done 2 so far, and I mark here round 1 and 2. So now we want to work 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 at the 1x1 rib, 1 net, 1 purl. Okay, 1 net, 1 purl, 1 net, 1 purl. Remember, round 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I will meet you here when I have those rounds done, and don't forget to keep track in which round you are working. Okay, I finished those 7 rounds. Now I will remove the marker for this round because we're going to change needle size. I'm going to pull this one a little bit, and with the 8 millimeter you're going to net all your stitches. So like this, you're going to continue all the way until the end of all the stitches, you'll have them in this new needle. So once you finish that round, you will place your marker back. I already did it here. Start recording in Spanish. And what you're going to do is you mark that round as the first one, and you're going to continue working with the next stitch and this needle until you have 19 rounds done. Each time you pass the marker, you'll mark that you did a round, okay? So once you have those 19 rounds, we're going to start with a decrease. So I will meet you here when I'm done mine. Here I finished my 19 rounds, and it's so easy and fast. So now we're going to start the round of decrease, and we're going to decrease in every single round. And I'm going to start working already with my double pointed needle. That way I don't have to put any other marker, I don't have to count the round or anything. I just work with them, and each time I get to the end of one, the last two stitches I know they go together, and so on. So we have here 48 stitches. That was 4 part. That will be 12, 12, 12, and 12 that go on each double pointed needle. But what we're going to do is we net 10, and 11 and 12 we do them together. We leave it in one needle. We net 10 with the next one, and 11 and 12 we do them together, and the other needle will have our 4 needle in place, and we'll be working with the 5th. Okay, so I already did the decrease in these 2 parts in Spanish, and I will show you in the next 2 in English. So let's pretend that you are working here, that you have your marker. So you will remove your marker, and you will pull your needle a little bit out to bring all the stitches closest to the tip. And then with the double pointed needle, you're going to start working, and always with this one and this side will make things much easier. And you're going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now 11 and 12 you do them together. So you do these 2 together. And you're done with that one. You move to the next one, and you grab your next double pointed needle, and you're going to continue again with this one. Netting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and 11 and 12 together. And then you will pass to the next needle and do the same, and the next stitches, and so on until you have your 4 double pointed needle like this. So once you finish that round, you go back again, and always the trick is to have this one where the yarn is attached and the outside, that way you can work with these two much easier. That's the trick of the double pointed needle. If you never work with double pointed needle, I really recommend to try it because it's a better finish for your hats, and once you get going, you'll find that it's much easier to close your hats than pulling the cable of your long circular needle. So the last two I do together, go back again to the next needles, and you see this one always in the outside when you finish, and then you go back again and you do your net stitches until you have two left in your left hand needle, and then you do those two together. And in every single round you will do the decrease, so you don't have to keep track of your rounds, you don't have to count your stitches, you don't have to be moving markers, nothing. You just work your net stitch until you have two left, and those two you do together. And like that, go back again and do the same thing, okay, all the way around until you have two stitches on each needle. That will be 8 stitches left, and then we'll close the crown of the hat. Show you one more time. So always is much easier to start with this one in the other part of your work. So you can be watching TV and been doing this because you don't have to just net until you have 2 stitches left on your needle, and you do those two together, and so on. Okay, so I will meet you here when I have all my decrease done and it's time to close. Now what you have left to do is to secure these inside and loose the other tail. And for me, I will sew this tag in here. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box below where I buy my tags, just in case you want to buy yours. I decided as well to do a pom-pom for this hat. What I'm gonna do is sew a button in the inside, pass the elastic through the inside, wrap around a few times, and that will secure the pom-pom. Well, this is the leftover yarn that I have from that bowl. And look how gorgeous the hat look. And I have the button in the inside just in case they want to remove the pom-pom. It's easy to remove and put back on just in case they want to put it on without it. But I really love these hat designs because they're very easy and they look amazing when you put them on. So I hope you guys like it and give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. If you make any of this hat or any of my projects and you want to send me some picture, you can do it through my Facebook page Ruby Esteban Crochet or my Instagram Ruby Esteban Crochet. Please share my videos with friends and family. That way you help me grow here in YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.